Hi everyone, welcome, happy Tuesday. Going live today to teach an open level vinyasa. It looks like it's a little bit dark, but hopefully you guys can see me okay. We're going to have a seated position to start, so if you have a block or something that you can sit on the floor comfortably for the first few minutes of class, we're going to be started seating. It's good to be back. The last time I really enjoyed connecting with some old students and seeing some of you log on, and I hope you're all doing well. Regardless of whatever kind of day you had, just allow yourself to begin to transition into this practice just by finding a comfortable seat. I know for me it was kind of a really busy day and kind of stressful, so it's so good to be here and to just kind of use this time and space to carve out. So whether you are new to yoga or you've been practicing for years or somewhere in between, whatever kind of day you've had, just know that we're all breathing and moving together, and that is a way to still feel universally connected during this time. And as you're coming to a seat, if you need to adjust your feet by crossing your ankles a different way, you can even sit on your knees and relax your seat to your heels. That would be okay for this portion of class, but we're going to be seated for the first few moments. So I'm going to move back just a little bit. So we're going to start the class with some neck and shoulder and wrist stretches. I'm actually going to remove my block to have a more grounded seat. So wherever you are, just begin to let the hands kind of rest in the lap. You can ground the palms down, or you can flip them toward the ceiling, and let the chin slightly tuck in, gaze down the nose, and just begin to come into your quiet space, your centered space. You may not be there for a while, if at all, or it may take you a moment or two, but just giving yourself permission to take a moment to just transition. And let's just take 3 deep sighs here together. So just breathing in the nose and release out the mouth. Take 2 more like that. Deep breath in, fill up. Deep breath out. Good. 1 more. Fill up the belly. And really put the breath down. Let the stress of the day, or whatever kind of day you've had, just fall away from you. Whatever's happened up to here, release. Whatever is coming next, let go of those thoughts and just come back to the body and into the breath right now. Begin to scrunch the shoulders up by the ears. It might help to ground the palms down now to the knees. We're going to inhale, squeeze the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, relax them down the back and almost draw the shoulder blades together, pinching toward one another. Feel an expansion of the collarbone. 2 more times like that. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Let the shoulder blades relax. We're going to do a few additional postures to open up the side body and the neck. So we're going to start just by flexing the wrists out like this. Really imagine that you're pushing something away here. If this is uncomfortable with straight arms, you can also bend them like so and pretend you're pushing a wall away. And so what we're going to do is draw the shoulder blades together, continue to flex through the left wrist, relax the right fingertips down to the ground, and drop the right ear to the right shoulder. The more actively you're pressing away with that left hand and relaxing the ear to the shoulder, the more you should feel the stretch. Continue to keep your core engaged here. Pull the belly in and up. And breathe deep. Just a natural, gentle stretch, no tugging or pulling. If you want to take this a little bit further, inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, let the hand come across the left ear and just gently using gravity to find a little bit of a deeper stretch. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Inhale, back up. Exhale, come back to center. Relax the arms, maybe shake the hands out. Sit up nice and tall. And then begin to flex through the right wrist. Really push that away and then drop the left ear to the left shoulder. I even feel this in the forearm muscles, in the front of the shoulder, especially in the front of the collarbone, opening chest. And then if you want to take it further, inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, press away. And remember to keep pressing actively with that right hand as if you're pushing a wall away. 2 more deep breaths. Release the posture. Again, shake it out if you want to roll the shoulders up and then let them relax down again. Welcome if you've joined in. Happy Tuesday. We're just starting the practice with a few postures on the ground, seated. So just find a comfortable seat. And we're gonna move through a little fluid movement here. We're gonna start with the fingertips down to the ground just to work on synchronizing the breath with movement. It's an important part of vinyasa practice. So flip the palms up. We're going to inhale, press up to the ceiling, arms come out to a T. Exhale, draw the shoulder blades together without moving the arms. And bring the hands to prayer here. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, the chest lifts. Exhale, relax the shoulders. At the bottom of your exhale, draw your prayer hands behind your neck. Gently tuck your chin toward your chest for a moment. And on your inhale, reach up, almost as if you're pulling a rope to lift the crown of your head up to the ceiling. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach back up. We're going to exhale, instead of hands to heart, hands open up to the sides and then press back down to the ground. So we'll do that a few more times. Inhale, reach up. Reach away, really reach through those arms and press the shoulder blades together. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, gently tuck the chin, prayer hands behind neck. Finish the inhale, reaching up. Exhale, push away. Good, a little bit faster. Inhale, reach away. Exhale to prayer. Move nice and slow like you're moving through honey. Bring the hands behind the neck. Drop the chin. Inhale, reach up, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, push away. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Hands behind the neck space in prayer. Inhale, reach up when you're ready. Lengthen, press the sits bones down. Exhale, palms away, push that energy back down. Good. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, hands to center. Really empty out the breath. Hands, prayer behind you. Inhale. When you're ready, reach up to lengthen. Exhale, push away. Really take your time on this last one. Feel each breath. Inhaling away, reaching through the fingertips, active hands and arms. Exhale, hands come to prayer. Inhale, after pressing them behind, reaching up. Exhale, push away. Very good. Take the hands now in front of you. Really stretch the arms as straight as possible. Activate all 10 fingers. Really stretch. Even just holding this for a few breaths, you can start maybe to feel a stretch in the tendons and in the joints. So just continue to breathe here, pushing away, and try not to hunch forward. Draw the shoulders back into space in line with the neck and in line with the collarbone, even a little further back, and continue to push. Good. One more breath. Reach the fingertips, stretch. Good. Exhale, release for a moment. Shake them out. Bring the left arm in front of you, and then turn the fingertips down to face the ground. Again, pull that shoulder back in space. Now spread the fingertips. We're just going to gently place the right hand in front of the left and pull the fingertips towards you very gently, feeling a nice wrist stretch, arm stretch. And then we're going to stretch each individual finger. So we're going to wrap our fingers around the pinky and just tug it nice and gently. I'm just going to show you a little bit of what I'm doing here. Just going to slowly massage each finger, pulling down. Good. And then take the hand around the front and then just begin to pull the thumb back. So if you've been typing or at a computer a lot more like myself these days, working remotely, or even just kind of stagnant, it's nice to stretch these little muscles. And then we're gonna press the right arm forward, dial the fingertips down, draw the shoulder blade back, and then gently allow the fingertips to be guided back towards you. Very gentle. Use the breath. And then spread the fingertips, this time pulling each one away, almost at an angle, but down and towards you. So kind of reaching away from the joint, massaging each fingertip from the base of the knuckle all the way down. Feels good. And then take the left arm, reach the fingertips around the thumb, and then pull away toward the right and back. Good. And then just do a few wrist circles in one way and then the other. Good. So we've worked on the neck a little bit, opening that up, the wrists and the fingers. And we're going to work on the shoulders. So just begin to place the fingertips on the shoulders, and we're going to do a few rotations here. Draw the elbows toward the middle. Inhale, reach up, let them come up toward the ceiling. Exhale, circle the elbows back behind you, working on kissing them together. Try not to release the belly too much. Keep that maintained. Inhale, up through center, reach up. Exhale, open and reach away. Good. Inhale, reach up, let them kiss and then reach to the ceiling. Exhale, relax them down as the elbows reach toward one another. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And then allow the hands to come down. We're going to draw circles with our nose, almost as if you're tracing a little bit of a saucer in front of you, or a teacup. And then continue to make the circles bigger and bigger. Maybe the size of a dinner plate. And then all the way, nice and big circles. If you want to pause anywhere where your neck is asking you to, just be very gentle and mindful. One more, and then when you're ready, finish this one and begin circling to the other direction. Nice big circles to start. And then you'll start to feel where those kinks are, hopefully, and then begin to shorten or make the circle smaller, and then smaller. And come back to center. Gently tuck the chin in, reach the crown of the head up. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale to prayer. Set an intention here for your practice today, allowing, again, to move fluidly through each pose with the breath. Giving yourself time to transition today. Take your time. Feel each movement. We're going to practice a few different transitions today, just to kind of give you some variety and hopefully allow you to pause and work on the intentionality of your practice this evening. Come forward to all fours into a tabletop position. So just kind of finding a neutral spine here, hips align over the knees, shoulders over the wrists. We are working on a lot of wrist stretches today, so if you feel like flipping them and kind of doing some circles to massage out the backs of the wrists, this can be pretty intense, but if you'd like to do that, you can do it this way, or you can even flip so that the heels of the wrist face out and your fingers are back. It kind of feels nice on the forearm and elbow and outer wrist. You can even face the fingertips toward one another. Kind of rock forward and backward, giving them a massage. And then whenever you're ready, moving through some cats and cows, dropping the belly, taking a breath in as you gaze up. And exhale, round the spine, chin to the chest. Press the mat away. Inhale, reach up with the drawing a line with your nose, drop the belly. Exhale for cat. One more, inhale for cow pose, shoulders back. Exhale for cat. Good. From here, bring the left hand down in front of your nose. Inhale, reach up with the right arm. Really open up the chest here. Exhale to thread the needle. Let the right palm face up. Drop the weight into the right shoulder. Let the ear rest on the mat, and you can either extend that left arm forward. You can find a really relaxed version here, or really active, and work on stacking that left shoulder over the right, maybe placing the left hand on top of the right and pushing that away. Just take 3 deep breaths here. Listen to the sound of your breath and let it be soothing to you. Place the left hand down underneath the face. Gently come back up. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, let the hand come down. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, thread the needle. Let the weight come into the outer left shoulder. Left side of the face relaxes on the mat. Either extending that right arm in front of you. Feeling the left side body twist. Maybe stacking the palms on top of one another. If you ever want to take this further, you can always extend that right foot back so that the ball of the foot touches down on the mat, and that kind of gives you a little more grounding, a little more side stretch. One more breath. Good, and then come back to center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, left hand down. Drop the belly one more time for cow. Look up. Exhale, round for cat. And then widen the knees, touch the big toes together, and send the hips back for nice child's pose here. If you want to just take your normal surrender child's pose, that's great. I'm going to suggest again for another little bit wrist activation and stretch. Flex the heels of the palm to push the mat forward. Fingertips are at a 45-degree angle reaching up. And then just continue to let the heart melt in between the shoulders. You can soften the elbows or keep them straighter for a deeper stretch. You may feel it in the back, in the neck. Any type of pain that comes up, back off. Discomfort is okay. You can breathe through that, but you really don't want to introduce pain here. And stay here or switch it up by now pressing all 10 finger pads, lifting the palm away from the mat, like so, and then try not to scrunch the shoulders up by the ears, draw them into the back and rotate them away from the ears and let the heart melt. Take 3 deep breaths here. You should feel this in your back as well. And then just find one more breath, and in your own time transition into your first downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana, upside down V by tucking the toes, straightening the legs, lifting the hips, draw the belly into the spine, and find your happy space upside down. Pedaling into one knee and then the other, shaking the head yes, shaking the head no. Take one more breath. Look towards your hands. Take a slow walk up to meet your hands. And keep the feet hips width distance. Just grab opposite elbows, hang here in ragdoll. If you're continuing to work on that shoulder and neck extension, you can interlace the fingers behind the neck and let them be a natural weight. Maybe even giving your thumbs permission to massage your neck here, on the sides or in the back of your head. Soften the knees as much as you need to. And just put anything else you're carrying from the day, any thoughts or worries, just kind of let them drip out the back of the spine and neck here through the crown of the head. Take one deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then take a slow roll up to stand, vertebrae by vertebrae. Come to the top of your mat, heel toe the feet together. Find your first mountain pose. Let the fingertips, again, really actively reach to the ground. Feel that expansion in the heart space and in the collarbone area. Almost think of that wrist flexion that we've been doing here, but through mountain pose, drawing the shoulders back. Take one more breath here. Close the eyes. Feel your weight in the four corners of your feet, the balls and heels of your feet, kind of really grounding you down. And each time you reach up today for your extension, I want you to think of rooting down. Root down through the heels and the balls of your feet. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale to fold. Keep that groundedness in the feet. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the shins or mat, shoulders back. Exhale, refold, step back to a high plank. Inhale here, exhale, drop the knees, hug the elbows into the body for knees, chest, and chin, 8-point salute. Inhale, flip the feet, baby cobra. We'll stay here for 3 beats, plugging all 10 toes into the mat. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, release. Tension in the neck, slightly tuck the chin. Inhale, gaze down, heart lifts. Exhale, release. You can interlace the hands behind the back if you want one more stretch. Inhale, lift. Good, and exhale, hands come down to the shoulders. Press the toes into the mat. Shift back through child's pose and up into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deeper breath out. And just be here. You've showed up. You're doing most of the work. It's just a matter of continuing to be present with yourself. Whatever comes up for you anytime you need to take child's pose is great. Inhale and lift up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look beyond the hands, step or float to the top. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Press through the feet, root to rise. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands by the sides, mountain pose. Go through that one more time. Inhale, reach up to gaze up. Exhale, lead with the heart to fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step back, this time lowering through chaturanga, full push-up if you'd like. Inhale, flip the feet, lift the heart for upward facing. Thighs are off the mat here to protect the low back, belly active. Exhale, downward facing dog, and breathe. Even though we're practicing separately, we're here together, breathing together. Well, a lot of you probably miss that community that class offers. So just imagine feeling your breath, remembering the breath of the person next to you. Except this time, it's a little different. We're still here breathing together. Inhale, rise on the toes. Exhale, bend the look forward, step or hop. Inhale halfway, and exhale to fold. Root to rise, feet plug down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Step the feet hips width distance if you'd like. If you have any knee discomfort, we're gonna come into a chair pose. Bend the knees, sink the hips back. Don't worry about the arms just yet. Just really try to find this nice neutral weight in the heels, and then reach forward when you're ready. Draw the shoulder blades back. Now we're gonna reach the arms straight in front of us. Press the palms together. Inhale here. Exhale, massage the left arm with your right and trace the right arm behind you, so arms are out to a T. Gazing out down the right shoulder, which is dropping down the back. Finding a little twist here, stick with it. Inhale and exhale. One more. Allowing heat to build, reach back through center, press the palms, and exhale like a bow and arrow, really keeping the hips neutral and just finding that twist back through your left arm. One more here. And coming back through center to sink the seat a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale, straight into fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, release the hands. This time, interlace the hands behind the back. Maybe place the opposite thumb on top compared to what you're normally used to. We're gonna, again, drop the shoulders down, open the collarbone, keep that core engaged and integrated. Soften the knees, inhale here. Exhale, somewhere in between chair and straighten legs, fold the belly over the thighs. So the point here is to open up the shoulders. Try not to let them drop down by the ears, but reach out of the joint here. Press the knuckles up, almost as if we were in the beginning pressing a wall away here. Imagine pressing that ceiling up with your knuckles if you're there, or a wall behind you. And take 3 deep breaths here. And if it's comfortable, eventually straightening the legs if that's accessible to you. Let the body open up on its own, letting the breath take you there. Maybe gaze to the right, gaze to the left. One more. And then let the hands release down the backs of the thighs, down to the shins. Empty the air out. Slowly roll up to stand. Bring the shoulders up by the ears and let them come down the back. Good. Take a moment here. Find your intention. Find your breath. When you're ready, inhale, reach up to look up. Exhale to fold, lead with the heart. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bend the knee, open up the hip. See if you can do that without letting that right armpit open up with us. Drop the right shoulder and work on the side body stretch here. It's okay if your heel doesn't come close to your seat. It's okay to straighten the leg. Just really open up that right side body here. Keep reaching up with that heel or pressing the heel toward the seat. One more breath. Straighten the leg. Re-square the hips off. Inhale here. Exhale, knee toward nose. Step it through, drop the back heel. Find your base here for warrior one. Left toes, outer edge of the foot really plugs into the mat. Right knee traces over right ankle. Hips are kind of neutral. And again, belly draws in and up. Reach the arms up, relax the shoulders. Take 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, circle the palms down. Hop onto the ball of the left foot, left hand stays planted. Bring the right hand to the knee. Inhale, twist, look open to the right shoulder. If it's okay, you can reach the right arm up. The right hand comes down. Just a brief modified pyramid here. Straighten that leg. Begin to open up the back of the leg, the hamstring. Soften the right knee, plant the palms. Inhale to high plank. You can lift the right toes if you'd like. Exhale, lower down for an extra challenge. Inhale, open the heart, upward facing, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Consider Uddiyana Bandha, the belly reaching up and toward itself and toward the back, up toward the ceiling. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, open up the hip, either straight leg or bend. And again, remember that left shoulder is going to want to creep up. See if you can resist that urge by pressing into the fingertips. Really open up that left side body here. Come back to center, straighten the leg, inhale here. Exhale, knee toward nose, gently step it through for warrior one. Drop the back heel. Find your base, find your center, and then equal weight in both feet. Root to rise, coming up. This side may feel a little different. It's perfectly normal. When you're ready, reaching the arms up toward the ceiling, relaxing the shoulders. Thank you for joining me today. It's good to see some familiar faces. Logging in, connecting together on the same time. Different time zones, even though I'm Colorado, I'm right there with you. One more breath here. Exhale, hands around the left foot, peel onto the ball of the right. Hips width distance with the feet, right hand plants under the nose, left hand comes to the top of the knee or thigh. And find that twist here, just gently opening up through the left side body and hip. Left hand comes down, plant the palms. Inhale, step the left foot back or leave it lifted 3 or 1 inch off the ground. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And breathe. Take 3 breaths here or in child's pose, your choice. Using this time to wash away the day. Learning the lessons on the mat so that you can take them into your interactions, the way you are, towards your work, towards others, at home. Inhale, rise onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, hopper step. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. So I said we're going to work on some different transitions here. I'm going to come a little closer so you can see me. So we're going to almost prepare as if we were coming into a balanced posture, because we are for a moment. Really root down in that left foot and bring the hands to prayer. And on an inhale, draw the right knee toward the chest. Active right foot. Good. Pause here. Inhale, reach the fingertips forward. And like that bow and arrow arm movement we did before, do that, except begin to open up the knee with the arm, like so. And then step it all the way back for warrior two. So from this gentle position, this gentle way of opening up the hip, really plug into that back foot. Gaze down towards your left foot. Make sure you can see the first two toes of your left foot. If your knee is kind of caving in, try to see if you can open it up and breathe. Think of those shoulder blades kissing together and reaching out through the fingertips, nice and active here. Straighten that left leg. Allow the hips to shift back as you reach out for triangle pose. Think of those arm extensions. Relax the shoulders, reach out of the shoulder joint, but keep that joint integrated into the body, into the torso. Find that stability. Inhale, press through the feet to rise. Exhale, soften the left knee, warrior two, side angle pose. Left hand can come to the inside of the left foot. It's certainly okay to keep your elbow on top of your thigh. You will feel that hip and side body open up just as much, sometimes more, if you sort of back off and really feel the integration of the stretch there. If you do want to drop the fingertips down to the mat, you can also circle and extend the right fingertips to extended side angle, which feels really nice. We've already warmed up the arm and shoulder, so really keep that integrated and reach out through the fingertips. Take 2 more breaths. If you prefer a bind here for the final 2 breaths, go for it. Make it your own. Good, look down. Let both hands come around the left foot to frame it. Hop onto the ball of the right foot. Plant the palms and step back, high plank. Take a breath in. Exhale to lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise on the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, hopper step. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Place weight in the right foot. When you're ready, begin to draw the left knee toward the chest. Keep nice and steady here. Reach the fingertips forward. Inhale. Exhale, open the knee as you bring the left fingertips back, 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 and then gently step it back. Warrior two. Mr. Whiskers is with us today. He is happy to see you all. Continue to breathe here. Soften your gaze and maybe lift the corners of your mouth and smile. See what that does for you. Straighten the right leg. Inhale, shift the hips back. Reach out through the right fingertips. Stay integrated and stable as you breathe into triangle. Roll that shoulder away from the ear and down into the back where it belongs. Press through the feet, inhale, rise. Warrior two to bend the right knee. Exhale, side angle pose. Again, take your time here. Nice little self-adjustment to bring the hand to the hip and really work on opening the hip here. Extended side angle. Bring the left arm down, fingertips reach toward the ground and then out in front of you. Breathe. 2 more here. If you took a bind on the other side, you're welcome to do that. Good. This time press into the feet. Inhale, rise. Exhale, straighten the right leg. Pivot on the heel for a wide-legged forward fold position. I'm going to turn my body so you don't have to look at my behind. Keep the feet nice and wide. Toes kind of plug in toward each other, and just let the hips drop for a moment here. Let the pelvis drop. Don't get lazy in the core, but just see if you can neutralize the hips for a moment. Press down into the feet and lift the crown of the head. Just notice what's cranky today. We've already warmed up the shoulders, stretched out the neck a little bit. But anything you're needing here, maybe bringing one ear to one shoulder and then the other. Maybe making circles with those plates again. Just kind of check in with the body in this standing position. Take a moment. Good, and then begin to inhale, lifting the heart, kiss the shoulders together, open up the chest, maybe drop the head back. Exhale to fold, wide-legged forward fold position. Drop the hands to the ground. You can reach through the legs. If you'd like, you can reach out into like a wide down dog. Just find a release here in the back and in the back of the heart. You can reach the hands around the ankles. Interlace the hands behind the neck like we did before if you'd like. Just take 3 more breaths. Active in the bottom half in your legs, and a little bit more supple and relaxed in the upper half so that you can find that expansion in the spine. Good. Fingertips come to the ground. Inhale halfway. Exhale, walk the fingertips toward the left foot. You can turn the left toes out a little bit. Just find a stretch in the outer part of your left leg. Hopefully you'll feel it a little bit in the IT band. And again, if you're up here, that's totally okay. You can still think about finding a little bit of a twist as you fold over that left leg. Sometimes waking up the muscles of even of the outer foot. That's where I can feel it the most, into the back of my calf, and nice stretch with the hamstrings. And then begin to walk the fingertips back to center, square off the feet. Let the right toes come out just a little bit. And then begin to walk the hands toward the right leg. And go, whiskers. Good job. And again, see if you can toggle that right hip back a little bit, almost as if you're pushing the hips back to reach the heart forward. Feel that stretch in the outer right leg, outer right foot. And then come back to center. Take the hands to the hips, activate the belly. Inhale, rise to stand. Nice job. Roll the shoulders up and back, shake it out. And just find a step to the top of your mat. And then find a yogi squat. So feet come nice and wide, mats width apart. Bend the knees. Face you again. Sink into the seat. And just allow the heels to ground if you can. If they're lifted, that's okay. Just keep sinking into the hips to lift the heart. Press the knees away using your elbows in between your thigh crease. Take 2 more breaths here. If you want to find crow, plant the palms. You know what to do. I'm not going to cue it this time because I'd rather pet my kitty. So finding crow, if you're into crow, taking a few breaths, and we will go through a vinyasa. So if you're practicing crow and the jump back, you want to bend into the elbows more as you really shoot the heels to the back of the room to land in chaturanga. Okay? And if you're in a squat, just plant the palms, step back to high plank, inhale here. Exhale, bend the arms, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, and then deeper breath out. Good, inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, right foot in between thumbs, high lunge. Stay on the ball of the back foot and reach up. Bring the palms to the front, and like the bow and arrow, move. Inhale, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, find your twist standing. This is my new favorite pose. I love reaching for the back leg and reaching that left arm up. If you prefer a more traditional twist, you can bring the elbow to the outside of the thigh or keep the hands at prayer. Take one more breath. Inhale back through center. Exhale, hop, step the back foot up halfway for pyramid pose. You can you can find a reverse prayer if that's accessible to you, or interlace the fingers and straighten the arms. You can also just keep the hands on the hips. Ground through the feet, tuck the pelvis under you. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, hinge forward. Stay halfway for a moment here. See if you can tug that right hip back in line with the left. Really dig into the ball of that right foot. Inhale and exhale to fold to your extension. Resist the urge to hug the shoulders up by the ears. Press the mat away from you with the feet equally. If you're using prayer behind the back, this is an intense posture. It's difficult to balance, so be mindful. Back off where you need to. Extend more where you need to. Release the posture of the hands by walking them around the right foot. We're going to come into a standing split from here. Walk, weight forward, and just simply lift that left leg. Walk the hands back toward the right foot. Tuck the chin in. Even if the leg isn't lifted high, square off the hip and tuck the chin in to work the crown of the head toward the floor. Relax your breath as much as possible. Think of rooting down in that right foot. Good. Step the left foot all the way back. And step the right foot back to follow. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, bend the arms. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, lift the forward high lunge. Last effort standing. Make it count. Inhale, reach forward. Press the palms. Exhale to twist. Nice and slow. Any variations you want to take, you can take. Good. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, hands to the hips as you hop the right foot halfway up. Drop the heel. Prepare for pyramid on this side. Maybe you decide not to take the arm variation. That's okay. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale to fold. Inhale halfway, draw the left hip back. Exhale, surrender over the left leg. Good. Inhale halfway, soften that left knee. Walk the fingertips forward in order to lift that right leg up and find your standing split here. Think of drawing the belly, hugging it up into the spine in order for the crown of the head to drop down. Strong left leg, one more breath. Send the right foot back, left foot back to follow. Last chaturanga, inhale here. Exhale, lower. If you want an extra push-up, inhale to push up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog, and breathe. And inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, pigeon, right knee behind the right wrist. Let the left foot extend long behind you. Walk the fingertips back by the hips. Make sure that left leg is straight behind you. Take a moment to settle in here. So, if your hips are super tight, it's nice to place a blanket, a bolster, a block underneath, just so you can keep them square. It's also okay if you have any knee problems, to come kind of onto the hip and then bend that back leg almost in like a fallen angel or starfish kind of pose, and you can fold that way. Otherwise, if you're walking the hands forward, if your forehead meets the mat, or if you want to come onto the elbows, just massage the forehead here. Take the thumbs to the top of the nose and then work the thumbs across the eyebrows, away from each other, slowly working through any tension there, maybe working massage into the temples. I'm doing that one more time, activating the forehead, above that space, above the nose, third eye, putting that sense of intuition up. And the last few breaths, find some stillness. Slowly come up. Option to bend the back knee if you'd like to take an extra stretch, reaching for the foot. And then coming back here center, tuck the back toes, send the right leg up and back, shift it up, three-legged dog, shake it out, release the tension. And send it back down to the mat with control. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, pigeon left side. Setting yourself out, take your time. You fold it on the other side. Come into whatever version feels good for you. And this time, if you want to, I'm gonna come closer so you can see me. If you wanna come onto your elbows, you can take your thumb at the bottom of your chin and your fingers on top of your chin and just sort of give yourself a nice jaw massage here. Just letting go and then massage at the base of the jaw, closer to the ears, and then doing that a couple more times. Good. So you're in pigeon on the left side. Surrendering for a few more breaths. Release into stillness. A couple more beats here. And then plant the palms. Begin to lift the heart. And if you want to bend that back knee, slowly coming into any variations here. Whenever you're ready, tucking the back toes, lift the knees on the left leg up and back, shake it out, and release the left foot down onto the mat. Drop the knees, find child's pose. Meditations. And then begin to slowly press yourself up to seated. Swing onto one side of your hip, extend the legs out in front of you. Let's open the legs out to a V here for a wide-legged variation of a fold. Draw the toes back towards you, lift up through the heart. Inhale here, and exhale, begin to hinge forward. And come onto the elbows, the hands, you can stretch the arms all in front of you. So we work the outer legs, the back of the legs. This is a nice stretch for the inner part of the legs. I don't know if you could see Mr. Whiskers, but he has got a great stretch going on in front of me right now. Take a few more breaths. Activate the thigh bone into the hip and lead with the heart. Surrender the low back. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, rise. Take the hands to the knees, bring your feet together. Just give yourself a nice hug here. Drop the forehead to meet the knees. Just realizing how great my shoulders and wrists and fingers, neck feels compared to earlier in the day. It's amazing what this practice can shift and move energy through the body. Okay, so from here we're going to come into boat pose. Place the hands behind in the creases of the knees and find that tipping point. You can kind of rock forward and backward. Keep a tall spine and begin to lift the toes so that they're parallel, the shins are parallel. If you want to keep the toes down today, that's great. You can still activate the core, lifting up out of the hips, shoulders back. Really open up that collarbone here. Full extension, legs are straight, arms are straight in front of you. Take 2 more breaths. Good, cross the ankles, plant the hands behind you, lift up your seat, maybe lift your toes up, and then release down. So one more time, lift the seat, lift the toes up, and then down. Good, we're gonna come into boat pose one more time. And this time we're gonna extend through the toes and fingers, draw the shoulders back, and then begin to straighten the legs, come into a banana, and slowly, 5, 4, lower yourself down into the mat, 3, draw the belly in, let yourself shake, 2, and release, 1. Relax the shoulders away from the ears, let the hands come on the belly. And then bend the knees. Widen the feet, match with distance. Let the knees touch for easy pose here. Coming into one back bend of this evening. You can take bridge or wheel if your back is warmed up enough for wheel, that's fine. Otherwise, I'm going to cue bridge, placing the heels under the knees, walk the feet hips with distance, hands reach out in front of you on the floor, fingertips graze the heels. On an inhale, tuck the pelvis, belly to the spine, lift the hips, roll the back off of the mat, tuck the shoulders closer toward one another, slightly lift the chin to protect the neck. And if you'd like to interlace the hands, you can do that. Really activate the belly. Think of the kneecaps rolling forward as the heart lifts to the back of the room. Lifting a little bit higher, and then slowly roll the back down onto the mat. Good. Our shoulders are nice and open, so I'm going to give you an option to practice one more back bend here. Bridge or wheel. On an inhale, lifting up. If you're taking wheel, bend the elbows so the fingertips come by the ears and press into the hands and the feet to lift the hips. I'm not going to practice that today. If you're in bridge, you can come onto the balls of the feet, walking them in closer to get some more collarbone stretch. If you'd like, you can press into the left foot, lift the right leg up straight, keep the hips parallel. Drop the right foot. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, release. Lift a little higher and slowly roll back down. Hug the knees into the chest. Once your seat lands on the mat, rock side to side, massaging out the low back. Make some circles with your knees. And then extend the feet up toward the ceiling for legs up the wall. Think of your tailbone plugging down into the mat, rooting you as your heels reach to the ceiling. Just finding this moment to let blood circulate throughout the body, being appreciative of your limbs that carry you through the day. Let your heart space settle into the mat. Hug the knees back and toward the chest. And let the feet rest on the mat. Cross the right leg out to a T. Shift the hips to the right and drop the knees to the left as you gaze over the right shoulder. Keep that right shoulder plugging into the mat. Reach away with those right fingertips. Inhale through center. Take your time to uncross. Bring the hips back in line with the chest. And then recross the left over the right. To switch to the other side, hips toggle to the left a few inches or an inch. And then drop the knees to the right. Gaze over the left shoulder. Come back through center. Bring the hips back, uncross the legs. Hug them in toward the chest. And then find a happy baby pose. Reach for the outsides of the feet. Maybe rock side to side. Really lengthen through that low back. Like, stretch one leg out toward the side. And then the other. Bring the soles of the feet together. Interlace the hands around the outer edges of the feet and just press the heels toward the seat. For this bound angle. Recline version here. Hug the feet in toward the belly. And then release the feet back down. So just finding a comfortable position on your back, stretching the legs out if you like. You can find easy pose, keeping the hands rested on the belly. The purpose of doing this transition is just to regain some centered focus on the breath, feeling the breath rise with the inhalation in the belly. Fingertips spread apart from each other, and they fall as the fingertips come closer. Taking a few more breaths, inhaling through the belly, watching the hands move away from each other. Exhaling to let them kiss. Continuing to breathe like that with conscious breath. Taking this time for you to unwind, to reconnect to yourself, to your body. This is a very difficult time of uncertainty. And when we don't know what's coming or what the new norm will be, even if we are returning to any kind of work or outside activity in the coming months, we don't know what that might be like. And so there's still a lot of uncertainty for how the ripples of this pandemic is fading into the world. But I found this quote very true and comforting, so I'm just going to read it to you. When this ends, may we find that we have become more like the people that we wanted to be, we were called to be, we hoped to be, and may we stay that way, better for each other, and because of the worst. So with crisis comes opportunity to be still and to watch and notice the way we move, the way we breathe, the way we are within ourselves in that internal process as well as the way we are externally to others. Lots of opportunity here to reflect, to take this time of great pause and transition as the world shuts down, quiets down, for us to really take a moment, a large moment for ourselves in the day-to-day, especially when we're feeling flustered or disconnected. It's pretty easy to feel that way when we're disconnected from our social innate ability to see other people day to day, unless you are going into work, and that comes with its own sorts of stressors, of course. But just taking this time here to take a few more breaths together and connecting with each other through this community. Letting go of the fear. Allowing the hands to come away from you now. Preparing for final Shavasana. Let the legs stretch out, opening the legs as wide as you can. Really occupy your space here and feel supported by the floor and by gravity holding you up. No need to do anything or to think or evaluate those thoughts. Just let them be there. It's a part of being human. Any little adjustments or final movements for you to come into this final rest. And think of the areas of your body that you paid some special attention to that may sometimes get neglected or be taken for granted. It's pretty easy to become routine or habitual, especially in yoga practice. So any opportunity to allow for a different movement, transition, pause, allows the body to open up in new kinds of ways. Be curious about what's beyond that door, what's beyond that breath. Feeling that connection with your mat or the floor or a blanket, wherever you are. Notice where your body is connected to the earth. Really trace with your mind's eye the circumference of your body, the outline. It's where you landed. Accept that. Be there. Occupy your space. Trust that this is exactly where you need to be. Everything that happened up to this moment is exactly how it needs to be. If you're watching this, either live or afterwards, feel free to pause and stay here as long as you need to. This is what we prepare for. Final rest. Peeling back the layers. To prepare for meditation. Whenever you feel ready, begin to gently allow some deeper breath to come back into the body, wiggling the fingers and the toes. Stretch the low back, reach the arms up overhead and zip the legs together. Reach through the toes and fingertips. Inhale deeply, opposite directions. Exhale, relax all four limbs. Surrender the muscles away from the bone. If you'd like to do that one more time, inhale, reach, and exhale, relax the limbs. Bend the knees so that the feet come on the floor. And come on to one side, stretching your arm out behind you to rest as a pillow. And just relax here for a moment, allowing the transition to happen naturally and smoothly. And begin to help yourself up into a seated position with eyes closed if possible. Sit up nice and tall, stacking the vertebrae. Bring the hands to prayer. Thumbs to the sternum, which is slightly lifted, and bow the head forward in dedication to your efforts this evening, for showing up for yourself and for each other, to make yourself see what's beyond that door, what's beyond those layers, so that you can be better after going through the worst. Inhale deeply, and exhale, fold. Bow the head forward. The light in me honors the light within you. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me this evening. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Otherwise, take care of yourself and each other, and I'll hopefully see you again. Thanks so much.